Now we're back taking you through some of the highlights across the continent of Africa, Blyden. The biggest shock of the night, we'll talk about the Super Eagles and Ghana clashing a bit, but let's start with Algeria. Now, that's an intimidating atmosphere to go. We always talk about how North Africa, the atmosphere the fans create and how intimidating it is, but the Lions of Cameroon walked in there and got the result, got a walk-up ticket despite trailing from the first leg 1-0. This has got to be one of the incredible stories on the African night in the road to Qatar 2022.
The World Cup qualifiers has been massive for me, big, especially in Africa, when we have to play that playoff. For a while, in Africa, we've not been having playoffs of this nature. It's always a group stage game, so the man or the team with the highest points gets to qualify. For me, at some point, I did question the playoff system because I looked at it when pairing big sides together, and it was difficult for these sides. But it's been exciting. I'm really excited from the standpoint of the playoff, what it's brought. It's exciting, and moving to the Algeria-Cameroon game. I was looking at Cameroonians' performances at the Nations Cup. I had given it to the Cameroonian side. It all started in the game in Cameroon. It was a shocker for me, seeing an Algerian side that had really shown dismal performances in subsequent games before that time, moving and getting a result in Cameroon. Then it was all in the hands of the Cameroonians to go away, and they did wonders, get that win in North Africa. Big win in the short class that they're going to the World Cup. The best teams are going to the World Cup.
Right now, DR Congo no match for Morocco on the night in Casablanca.
You just saw the first goal when Unai got the goal, and the whole stadium erupted. It was basically a moment in North Africa, and it was a statement saying we're going to the World Cup. First leg ended 1-1 in Congo, and you know that it was going to be deadly moving to Morocco to play in Casablanca. It was what it was. Morocco hitting 3 goals past the DR Congo side, and the equalizer from that goal, rather not equalizer now, that wonder goal from the DR Congo player was a bit of consolation. But it ought to be Morocco. They're a better side going to the World Cup representing Africa.
All right, now, let's talk about Senegal, Egypt. This are 2 big sides on the continent, and arguably 2 of Africa's biggest teams as we speak. A repeat of the African finals in Dakar, Senegal yesterday. They got the goal, but of course, leveling the aggregated 1-1 following what happened on Friday. Egypt winning 1-0 in Cairo, dragged on to the lottery of penalties. And when it goes there, penalties, no man's game. You can't quite say which way it goes. But at the end of it, the Senegalese national team, the Teranga Lions, tutored by Aliou Cisse,
feels like the
got
World
the World
Cup is
Cup
here
ticket.
already.
Such a difficult game for them. For me, you look at this game, repeat of the finals of the CAF competition that took place earlier in Cameroon. Always going to be a difficult one. The first game we actually saw in Cairo, where the Egyptian side got the 1-0 win against Senegal. And what could wonder what will happen in Dakar, where you have the fans filling the stadium, making it such a difficult place for the Egyptians. It was a difficult game, and when the Senegalese side got that 1-0 lead, you knew that it was a game that would go all out, and who knows. But the Egyptian side were resolute. They stood firm, held their own till the extra time and penalty shootout. Sadly, the likes of Mohamed Salah lost their penalty shootout. And one big issue that happened were the laser pointers on them, the green laser pointers on them, made it difficult for them to strike at the post and get the result. But be that as it may, big congratulations to Senegal, and they had to take Sadio Mane, just as it happened at the Nations Cup, to get that final goal for them and from the penalty spot and get the win for them. Exciting for me. If you ask me, a better representative going to the World Cup, it ought to be Senegal.
Now let's talk about Aliou Cisse again. Bet for a chance, got the chance, and here it is. Look at the wonders he's doing with the Senegalese national team.
Well, the good thing is, in football, when you set the pieces right, get the right players around, get the right team spirit, what it brings for you is things fall in place for you.
How do you do this for penalty? What was Salah thinking?
More Salah, but it could be difficult for players. You have this penalty spot, want to take the kick, and the laser lights are on you all over from different angles.
Laser lights can't be an excuse.
No, it can. It can be distracting. That's the highest level of football, right, James? and you on the sport kick, you have to keep your focus. And the lights are on you. You can barely see well. What do? Sometimes you just stepped on there and it seemed like a gaze. You want to smash it harder than it should, trying to get the goal.
You're making it sound like he was blindfolded.
No,
Laser like blindfolded him.
It's a big problem.
No, you pick your spot now. It's a penalty. So you simply pick your spot and bury the ball.
Brad James, at that sport, a single distraction.
He did not even hit it on target. Like, there was no save. Like, he just ballooned the thing. Is that a laser?
I agree.
Laser tells you the post is up.
I agree. Nobody intentionally balloons the ball off the post.
Yeah.
But it could be a big distraction. I'm telling you, it could be a big distraction. Being at that sports kick, the pressure of the whole nation is on you, and the lasers are on you. Come on, Bright. It's a big distraction. But not to take anything away from the big star of Mo Salah. We expect Mo Salah to be able to manage the situation.
Yeah, that's why you're
But
Mo
it's part of
Salah.
It wasn't Mo Salah alone. Zidane missed it. Other players did
No,
miss
he's
it.
the biggest player. He's the biggest player.
What I'm trying to
he's the
show-
biggest player on the team, and of course one of the biggest players in the continent. So
I
if you can't
agree.
handle that, Zidane will crack, Trezeguet will crack, and the rest of
He's
them.
not bigger than Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, and we see them miss penalties.
Yeah, but
it's
maybe,
part of the game,
maybe
right,
that's
James?
why he's Mo Salah. You should see the Mo Salah thing. Now let's leave there and talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria at home with the home support. Everything is set. Just get the World Cup ticket and we go to Qatar. But Senegal, the lads found a way to bottle this one. They just found a way to bottle it. What's the feeling like for you then of that chicken encounter?
Right, James. It was terrible. It was terrible for me. It was terrible. I can't express it. It was. I'm lacking words. I'm lacking English to use for it.
Maybe you could use vernacular.
It was disappointing. Maybe I could use vernacular.
Yeah.
Amanyap.
Oh,
Amanyap. That's the only way I could express it. But it was disappointing for me. Totally dismal for me. This is not a game I expect Nigeria to play. I saw the game against Ghana in Ghana. For me, it was a game Nigeria could have taken a win. You know, it's better when you lose to a stronger side. But when you look at the Ghanaian side, they barely had opportunities in the game. Both legs, they barely had opportunities. They've not been the best of side, and Nigeria had to lose against Ghana. What baffled me the most was the two substitutions from Senegal.
okay. Now, let's talk about that now. You look at the game in detail, looked like, you know, Otoado knew exactly what he was doing. When legs began to tire, the substitutions were very intentional. Sequencing the game when he had legs being retired, took out those legs, brought in fresh energy, and we saw the impact in the game. But looks like Senegal just waited, you know, for. Could he have done better?
Yeah, could have done better for me. First of all, I begin with the Ghanaian side. Good side. I begin with the Ghanaian side. Good side, playing quite well. They're pushing it hard. They're doing the best they can. And the coach did the basic thing he needed to do. In Nigeria, all you need to do, defend. When there's a gap in energy, because one thing happens in football, at some point you have certain tiring legs. And that gap period, if you are able to close it on time, you manage the game properly, and you keep building momentum. You don't create that space for the opponent to try to push you so hard and probably get a goal. For me, that's basically what the Ghanaian coach did. He just motivated the side, did the right stop at the right time. Every moment that seemed like there was a weakness in the side, he replaced that weakness, solved the problem, and basically built momentum. I look at the Nigerian side, it wasn't the same.
Now, let's look at something. If Iguavon failed in the technical aspect of it, did the players need to fail as well? Because at some point you saw the players look like, did he know what to play for? Or did he have anything to play for? Basically just strolling, looked clueless, absolutely out of ideas.
Right. What I'll say a lot of people wouldn't like.
Yeah.
But this is it. The most important player in the Nigerian setup right now is Kelechi Iheanacho and Alex Iwobi. Let me add Alex. Kelechi Iheanacho. This is why. I know you're smiling. This is why. Just listen to me.
Yeah.
A lot of Nigerians expect Kelechi to be running around, be the hustler. Right now in the Super Eagles, we do not have a midfielder that link-ups play from the midfield to attack. We don't have it. Joe Rebo can do it. He's basically this sort of box-to-box midfielder. He just runs and completes play. But when you need a midfielder that connects that, we do not have it. So the only shuffle we have is to make do with Kelechi and Hanacho, who's a support striker, who tries to drop a little and get that final ball. When Kelechi does not play, you can score goals. This is one. Secondly, look at our big striker, the big name. When we play two wingers, we keep him in isolation. This is how Osimhen works. The defender knows that Osimhen is not a very technical player. He's a hustler. He runs you up. So the defenders are prepared. They're trying to cut all the balls getting to him. They keep him in isolation. So had it been yesterday, Kelechi had come in. There's bound to be that you have to create that distraction for Osimhen to be able to get the goals.
No, and
Nigeria couldn't do that.
We'll continue with this conversation much later. Probably
Can I say one thing
when
before
we're
you
back
finish?
tomorrow. No,
Okay.
we're out of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's shocking, just for me. Shocking that once our football to work. Once our football to work in a country where
right
many things are not working.
Musa. Adione Gallo and Musa.
All right.
Eguavon had the mind.
We need to apologize to Ghana Raw. Welcome.
We need to apologize.
Thank you
to
very
Ghana
much for joining the conversation, Blyden.
So good to be on the show.
Appreciate you, great deal. We're back tomorrow, continue the conversations, and you'd do well to join us then. But we'll continue the conversation on social media, Spectrum TV NG, on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on Twitter as well. Check us out on the website www.spectrumtv.ng. Check us out on YouTube and Spectrum TV, and let's get talking a lot more. Bright James alongside Blyden. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you for free. This conversation is far from over. You will enjoy the rest of the day.
Missed them both. The final heat.